how crowded was the mall at 9:20?
I mean, not really crowded at all. It's been a very slow day for the mall, so there wasn't really a lot of people inside the mall.
You said you saw people running. About how many people did you see running?
About like maybe 20 total.
And to your knowledge, have there been any shots since those initial shots that you heard around 9:20?
No.
When was the last time you saw police officers on the scene who were telling you that they're...
Maybe a minute ago, just running by with shields. And now they're screaming.
Sorry, what are they screaming?
They're screaming at somebody to put their hands up.
Obviously, do not leave the position you're in, but if you can just tell us anything that you hear. You heard them yelling to someone to get their hands up, or you heard them saying someone has their hands up?
Telling somebody to get their hands up.
Do you know about approximately how far away those calls are coming from?
Most likely, if anything, like right around the corner from me. We're pretty close.
Are you hearing anything else?
No.
How long have you been in the position that you're in right now?
Since March.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, in the physical position that you're in right now. You were there. You got there.
Right? I'm sorry.
I'm interested in your employment history.
I keep walking around my store.
You've been walking around your store.
Yeah. Oh, when I see people, I see images through my mirrors. They're outside of they're like right next to my store. So.
What are you seeing right now?
I see a shotgun. I can't tell if it's a human or a police officer. Oh, police officer, it's a badge.
So you see a police officer with what appears to be a shotgun?
Yeah.
Do they seem on point? Do they seem relaxed? Or does it seem like, you said they were calling for somebody to have their hands up. Do you see at all who has their hands up?
No. They're walking past my store, state police.
About how many police have you seen in the time that you've been inside the store?
Now like 25.
So there's
I've seen local police, I've seen SWAT police, and now there's state police.
So there's a heavy police presence?
Yes.
Are there other customers in the store with you?
No. Nobody was here when this all happened, so.
What has this been like? I mean, what has been going through your mind these last 40 minutes?
Pretty much staying as far away from the windows as possible, but as an actual shooter, I'm not getting anywhere near close enough to getting injured. Like, I even had my associates nowhere near the door area whatsoever, so.
Well, Eddie...
I was hoping that they'd catch the person and eventually leave here, because I do not need to be here any longer right now.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can't imagine what it's been like. Eddie, we're going to continue to check in with you. If you can, just obviously stay where you are. Eddie, I appreciate it. Ali Kozev also is inside the mall. Ali's joining us. Ali, don't give us your exact location, but what have you heard? What have you seen?
Well, about 10 minutes before we were about to close for the night, we started hearing loud bangs, and everyone started running throughout the mall, and someone ran past our store and screamed for us to close our door, and we didn't really know what was going on, and about 10 seconds later, I saw someone dressed in all black carrying a large gun walk past our store, and it was just chaos. Everyone was just kind of running to wherever they could.
Again, I just want to caution you, I don't want you to give the location of your store in our conversation, just for obvious reasons. What did the person look like? You said they were dressed all in black. Do you have any more description of what their face looked like? How were they walking? Were they walking fast?
It almost was like when you're watching like a horror movie and the killer is walking slowly. That's what it seemed like. He was wearing all black. It almost looked like body armor of some kind. It really was, as soon as I saw the gun, I just kind of turned and ran. I really didn't get that great of a look at him. I was just kind of concerned about getting out of there and running and getting into the back of our store.
Well, that's obviously an incredibly smart move on your part. You said it's possible he was wearing some form of body armor.
That's what it looked like.
And did you have, was it just one weapon in his hand, and then you said it appears to be some sort of a rifle?
All I saw was one large gun. I'm not really familiar with a lot of guns, but the gunshots were just like a loud
9 shots. And about how far apart were those shots?
About like 10, 15 seconds, if that.
And how far away was the shooting from where you are?
I mean, it sounded like it was like 10 feet outside of our store. So I'm not really, honestly, but I was like inside of the store that I'm in, so I didn't see where it originated, but it sounded very close to us.
And do you have a sense of, you said you saw people running, did it appear as if this gunman was walking toward the direction that they were running away? I mean, did it look like he was walking after them, or was it kind of wandering around?
It just looked like from like the Nordstrom area of the mall, he was just going straight down, and that's how people were running out of that area, just kind of into any store that they could, and clearing the hallways of the mall.
We're told the mall obviously is on lockdown right now. The last person we talked to said that they had seen dozens of police officers from multiple different jurisdictions and law enforcement agencies on the scene. Have you seen that as well? Have you seen a lot of police on the scene?
Well, when we weren't sure what was happening, I kind of came out of the back of our store to look, and I saw about 10 or 15 police officers scaling kind of the sides of the stores across from us. So it looked like they were going toward the way that the people had been running and that the gunman had been walking. So, but I've seen mall security, and I've seen multiple police officers from Paramus and other local areas. So there's definitely a lot of police officers on the scene, and I've been getting flooded with text messages and calls that there are tons of cop cars outside of the mall and tons of different cops in the mall. But from where we are, I can't really tell what's going on out there at the moment.
Ali, I can tell you, we just have gotten live pictures from outside the mall. It looks like at the entrance to Nordstrom, and as you said, there are a large number of police vehicles with their flashing lights all throughout that area. So that Nordstrom's mall, that's where you believe you saw the shooter walking away from?
Yeah, again, not trying to give away my location,
Right.
but I'm close to that area, and that's where it sounded originally like that's where it was coming from.
How are you doing?
Freaking out. It's probably one of the scariest things I've ever been around, and not really knowing what's going on or what's happening. It's definitely really scary. But I'm just happy that I'm safe and the girls that I work with are safe. So as long as we get out of here, as long as none of us are hurt, but it's definitely very scary.
Well, I don't need to tell you this, but obviously you should stay in the location that you're in and continue to just stay down and wait for law enforcement personnel to tell you. Have you heard anything since those shots? Excuse me, about what time were those shots? We had one report that they were around 9:20.
Yeah, it started like about, yeah, exactly. We closed at 9:30. It was about 10 minutes before we were about to close.
And have you heard really anything since then?
No, not really. I heard dogs barking before, but other than that, I really haven't heard anything. The police seemed like they were, being very quiet and just trying to catch whoever this person was, but I really haven't heard anything other than that.
Well, Ali, I'm going to get off the phone with you. I appreciate you talking to us, and again, just stay in the location where you are. You're doing great. Just try to stay calm, and the police.
We're trying.
Yeah, you stay strong.
Okay, thank you.
Scott Garber is CNET satellite truck operator. He is on the scene. Scott, can you explain what you are